Hello investors and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. During this video, I want to go through some of what you might expect in the market tomorrow, what's going to happen with some of the price action on these growth stocks, and where is it coming from. Today, we saw some red in the market after a 3-day rally, and the Biden administration signals Friday's inflation data could be high, so they've already given a heads up of what they expect might come out, and this is going to come out. Of course, it's going to be November's data, the Consumer Price Index, or the CPI. You've probably been hearing about this, but this is where you can find all of this information. December 10th, tomorrow at 8:30 a.m., so this is going to happen before the markets open. We'll find out whether it's high or low. Now, let's look forward just a little bit, and of course, monetary policy is something you also want to keep on your radar. The next time that's going to happen is December 14th and 15th, so any changes in policy, we're going to hear about those at this time. And the last 2 weeks of the month are expected to be a Santa Claus rally, but of course it's going to depend on what happens tomorrow and of course the week to follow. So another index that you might want to keep on your watch list is the VIX, and the VIX is a real-time market index representing the market's expectation for volatility, risk, fear, stress in the market when investors are planning to trade. So keep those on your watch list. So let's take a quick look at these leadership changes, and I want to give you my thoughts. First off, retirement of John J. Allen as CEO. Mr. Allen is expected to continue to serve as the chairman of the board following his retirement. So you might hear some people say that there's a complete wipeout or change of leadership. I do want to make sure that we recognize that he did retire, but he is staying on the team, so it doesn't look like there were any disagreements between Mr. Allen and the company or the board. So resignation of Ryan, maybe the timing here is, with the CFO resigning and with Ryan stepping down and then the CEO retiring or taking a forced retirement, it could be a lot, but Gareth was given some time in this position and he was able to speak during the last earnings call. Now, all of the phases and everything he was talking about, I was more concerned with what are we doing? Who's got the engineering background to review this process and decrease the time it takes for us to build a bus or to whittle down this backlog? That's why I highlighted the following. Now, the incentive is built in. I mean, you can see it here. We're getting paid and we've got an incentive plan that's built in very lucratively. The piece that I really believe Proterra needs to fix, and rather quickly, is number one, supply chain. They have to get procurement fixed. They cannot struggle with getting parts. Everything that's global needs to be, as much as they can do, they need to get it domestic so we don't fight those issues. And they need to shorten the overall manufacturing timeline for their biggest revenue producers, and that is the buses. And as that progresses and changes to another revenue line, so on and so forth. But we've also got the resignation of the CFO, of course, because he was just filling in. We've got the appointment of a new CFO, and as I was looking at her background, operationally it doesn't fit, but hey, you got the financial background to be able to do it. But so I really didn't highlight anything there. I mean, feel free to go through here. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new leadership team. Hopefully performance will speak volumes. So we'll see how this succession plan goes. I do want to say, on a positive note, the way it was announced, Proterra announces leadership succession plan. Very well done. All right, the last thing I want to do is take a look at the charts. The last time I pulled the charts up, I drew some resistance lines, which you can see I didn't change them since the last time we talked about this. 1060, we didn't even make it up there. It didn't even touch. So as a resistance line, it didn't even hit that. So it didn't even break 1050. So it went about 1049. So 1049 is where, or 1050 was where we had support previously before we lost that support and then started a downtrend. So this is in a downtrend all the way through Monday, I believe, and Monday would be the opportunity to add to your position, not tomorrow. So I'm just taking a guess. Now, of course, if this went down far enough tomorrow, but I believe we see this go into the high $9 range. If the CPI numbers are bad, I don't know that this leadership change was perceived by the market, even though the way that it was announced wasn't negative, is going to be is going to be seen as a positive news catalyst. So we have potential, and I put this 880 in here based on previous 52-week low, where we went down and then found support and it came back up. Now that support's weak because it's only hit that like once, and that's going way back to where we had some pressure. But I believe if the CPI numbers come out and they're high, and then we also have the lockup on Monday, we could see a revisit of this number. Now, of course, you want to cost average in any position, and I don't want people to miss an opportunity. And Monday could be a rebound, and the rebound could be mixed with the unlocking of shares. So you might not see but a 3% decrease in the stock price, but I'm making a lot of assumptions here. Today was about a 6% decrease in the stock price, and make sure you check that. I'm doing this off of memory. And tomorrow you could see maybe an additional 3 to 4% decrease, and that gets us closer to the high $9 range. Do you want to wait? And I believe you should. I think you should wait till Monday before you decide to cost average down if you've waited all the way to this point. We still have Q4 to look forward to. So I would just say wait until this goes under 9 before you even consider buying. And just because I have an 880 price in there doesn't mean that we couldn't see something lower or higher than that. It's just giving you a target point based on what was in the graphs previously, historically. So I hope that helps with reading the charts. Just remember, we did have red candle actions in the chart. There was no buying here in the 30-minute chart leading all the way down. And, you know, it hasn't went under this RSI indicator to signal a buy signal. This could start to kind of flatten out. We're looking forward to that announcement of the expansion. That could be big. I don't know when they are going to do that, but make sure you tune in to see if they've released those notes, the council, and, you know, I'll be looking for you also. Join us in the Discord, and feel free to support the Patreon if you haven't. You can find that in the description. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.